So as you guys probably know, I have days worth of Infinity Elixir down here. And a lot of you guys are wondering exactly how I did it. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did to get my week's worth of Infinity Elixir, and just how long it took as well. Before I start though, this Saturday, I'll be giving away this Easter basket to one of you guys in the comments. So if you do enjoy today's video, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to leave your username in the comments below. And I have an even bigger giveaway next week, so you guys are really going to want to stay tuned for that. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but big thank you to Chris Plays. But with that being said, let's jump right in. Alright, so as you guys can currently see, I have 8 days worth of Infinity Elixir down here. And if you just come over to the inventory right here, I have another 242 Infinity Elixirs. Which is, a lot. That's literally entire updates of Infinity Elixir. And early on when World 3 dropped, I had 17 days worth of Infinity Elixir, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm gonna make this video as quick as possible. To start off, obviously you want to be in the minigame Paradise, because that's where you can actually get your Infinity Elixirs, obviously. But to start off, you want to come over to the Hyperwave Island right here. And over here we have the Hyper Darts minigame. And here we can get a lot of cool stuff. As you can see, we got our secret elixirs, we got super keys, Infinity Elixirs, but that's not how I got days worth of them. And then we also got stuff like super tickets, golden dice, and dice keys. Now for the Hyper Darts, I believe I spent like 2, maybe 3 days straight on this thing. But when I was finished, I had around 5,000 of these golden dice right here. And I still have a lot left over. But then something I've seen a lot of people struggle on is the super tickets right here. Some of you guys are actually running out of these things. So how can you stack up on enough to ensure you'll have enough to macro for a few days? If you haven't already, I would definitely make sure you have this minigame milestone maxed out. Because if you reach Platinum 1 right here, you'll get +3 minigame drops. And this thing is actually supposed to be resetting. I think you're just going to do it when the update drops. But yeah, if it's going to be the exact same thing, it should only take you like 2, maybe 3 hours to complete. Another way you can get some super tickets is on the dice riff right here. And as you guys can tell, they're only a 5% chance. With enough dice keys, which are really easy to get on the Hyper Darts minigame, you can slowly stack up on a lot of super tickets. You might not even need 2,000 to last you a few days. You might just be good with 1,000. But if that's still not enough, there's super tickets on the board game. Dice are super easy to get, you should have no problem with that. But yeah, 2 days on the Hyper Darts minigame right here should be enough for 5,000 golden dice. So that's the first step once you have your 5,000 golden dice. Now is when you can head down to the board game right here, where like I said, I have a lot of stuff left over. And to get my days worth of Infinity Elixir, I simply landed on these instant Infinity Elixir spaces. A lot of times. And until I just get to the next Infinity Elixir space, I just use my dice as regular. The next Infinity Elixir is pretty far out, so that's why I'm using these mega dice. You can also get dice keys, super tickets, and everything else you'll need on the board too. There's also Infinity Elixirs hidden within these mystery spaces, but it's way easier to get them within the Hyper Darts. But yeah, there's our next Infinity Elixir. So I'm just going to switch to this dice right here. Hopefully I do not miss it. I'm going to have to get pretty lucky here, and unfortunately I didn't. But if you're about 3 spaces away from the Infinity Elixir, that's where you can just switch over to the golden dice. That's what I set my macro to. And to those wondering what macro I use exactly, I use this thing called Psycho Hatcher, which I quickly want to show you guys how to set up. Or if you want to guess, you can watch this video too, which I will leave in the description, because it's pretty easy. And I know there's a lot more macros out there, so if you use a different one, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, installing Psycho Hatcher is really simple. I'll leave some instructions in the description also, if you don't feel like watching the video, but I would highly suggest you do. Also, to those wondering really quick, Psycho Hatcher is safe. They have this entire section on their website dedicated to this one thing. Even Preston from Big Game says it's completely okay. AHK, which stands for Auto Hotkey right here, it is fine. The line is drawn if you inject code in the game. Basically, Auto Hotkey is like this advanced version of Tiny Task. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah, there's this entire section you can read right here, which I'll leave in the description. But once you finish completely installing Psycho Hatcher, you can just simply open it up. And then you can just head over to Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. And I like to use public beta right here. Also, you want to make sure you're in a Roblox game. Yeah, it's just going to resize the window like that. And there's our GUI. Something else to know, you want to have your background transparency set to opaque right here. If you don't have it set to opaque, this thing won't start up. But yeah, let's start off with the Hyper Darts. Simply just go to the Hyperwave Island. And before you actually start grinding the Hyper Darts right here, you want to set your bubble gravity to 5%. And I'll just go over why real quick. So as you guys see, I have my bubble gravity set to 0% right here. And if I were to just try and start Hyper Darts right here, I can't. But if I set it to 5% like this, then as you can see, the menu pops up. Now we're actually able to start the Hyper Darts minigame. So once you do that, you want to head over to Tools, head over to Farm Minigames right here, and from there you're good to go. Tiny Task will just, Psycho Hatcher will just do its thing. So yeah, I'm going to let this finish real quick. It doesn't really take that long. Alright, so there we go, you can finish it off in less than a minute. As you can see, we got 2 golden dice. Now to grind the board game. First thing I have to do is leave the game, and then once you rejoin, you can just go back over to tools, and there's this section dedicated to infinity elixir farming. So for golden dice I have that set to 3, and for token amount I have infinity. And I have blow bubbles ticked off too, so you can blow bubbles and grind infinity elixirs too. But yeah, once you're in, press the play button, then the map will take you to the minigame paradise, and then from here sometimes they'll directly guide you to the board game, but you might have to flick your camera around a little bit, because sometimes it doesn't reach the board game. I don't know if I'm the only one having that problem whenever I join, but as you guys can see, we are grinding our infinity elixirs. Like I said, I was on the board game for like 2 days straight. Other than that though, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully with this you guys can also get days of infinity elixir as well. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. But if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.